So to state it plainly, to lose your shirt means complete financial ruin. Hello and welcome to the Durham Talents channel. My name is Jesse Durham. Today, for another installment of our quote series, we're going to consider the phrase of lose your shirt. Now, it seems that this saying dates back to the Great Depression, and since then there have been even business slogans. Apparently, Sears Financial Services used to have the slogan in the 1970s, "If you lose your shirt, we'll sell you another." So from the time of the Great Depression, this saying has stuck around, and I can say that in more recent history, due to the boom-bust cycle that takes place, if I've not mentioned it enough before, a study of Austrian economics, and I was encouraged in that direction from R. Nelson Nash himself. He makes excellent book recommendations in his own book, Becoming Your Own Banker, but there's a great study right there, a worthy endeavor to begin studying Austrian economics and this idea of a boom-bust cycle. But in more recent history, I've been privy to conversations between contractors, for example, who spoke about the experience of the 2008, the housing market crash. And right now we're in a boom. Right now at the time of this recording in early 2022, houses are going for double, and this is not just in my area. I have phone conversations with folks all across the country, and the same thing is happening where houses are going for ridiculously high prices. So we're certainly in a boom right now, it seems, in the housing industry. But we've experienced that before, and we've experienced the bust before. And I've been privy in these conversations over the years to hear contractors and developers. I'm talking about developers who were, they were on the hunt for the private jet that they wanted to have because of the amount of work that they were doing, the amount of developments that were under construction, under their purview. And I've heard them go back and forth saying, after that bust, I almost lost my shirt. I've heard that said myself in my own experience. Let me know in the comment section if you've heard this saying, almost lost my shirt. Now, coincidentally, I've recently read, my wife and I, we read to our two oldest boys. They're big enough for us to read to them at night, more meaningful books for all of us, and one of them has been Carry On, Mr. Bowditch, and it's a sailing book in a large part, and there's a reference even in that book which dates back a long time before the Great Depression, which is interesting, but that was certainly the case then, that when a ship would take off and go to some other part of the world, they may get to a port and find that, well, another ship from another town or city had already dropped off the exact type of cargo that they had the day before, the week before, and they had no need of it. So supply and demand, came into play for sure. And someone might be standing in the position of losing their shirt, if they couldn't unload that haul that had taken, such a long time to be able to get, of course, at that day and time, sailing by wind and currents and such to get from one place to another. So it's just a really interesting historical saying. And, what it makes me think of is a lot of what Nash talks about. Right? Because Nash said, "He who has the gold makes the rules." Well, if there's a way for us, number one, to beat out the average American competition by not paying interest dollars to the commercial banks, we'll win by default. We will simply win by default. If we account for our need of finance and we buy whole life policies that have been properly structured for the banking purpose from mutual companies that pay dividends, and we use those entities to finance our automobiles, to finance our college education, to finance our vacations, to finance the things that we are doing in life anyway, if we'll just add that one step and not be losing interest dollars, not be losing the 34.5% interest dollars that the average American is to the conventional banking system, then we're just going to win by default. I mean, what if, this is a question I like to ask folks, what if you had all the money back for all the cars you've bought in your lifetime? Let me ask, what if I could show you how to get all the money back for all the cars that you'll buy for the rest of your life? Would that or would that not change your financial situation and just put just such a big buffer between you and a circumstance of being in a position to lose your shirt? So this is a really interesting saying. I hope that it has been helpful to you. If you'd like to have a conversation about how to implement the infinite banking concept into your household or your business or your investing to be a hedge against you losing your shirt, then you can reach us at 828-817-4223, or you can email durhamtalents@gmail.com. This has been a great pleasure for me. I look forward to our next conversation. Have a great day. Take care.
Yeah, a storm came blowing in out of nowhere. Almost lost my shirt.
That's it.